So is GameStop stock back as we just saw a 12% green day, or is this just another bull trap? We have to break down the charts in this video, guys, and some news regarding Ryan Cohen, what Jim Cramer just said about the company. So yeah, jam-packed video. Smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe. We're almost at 40,000 subscribers here on YouTube, guys. And with that being said, cheers. I'm reaching for my coffee here, guys. Cheers again. Let's dive right into the video. So we just had a monstrous day for the stock yesterday, up around 12%, up over $2 per share, and we actually broke back over $20 per share as we saw a huge move in the morning on Friday from $19.50 up to about $21, and that continued throughout the day as we closed just under $22, and about 15 minutes before close we actually hit over $22 per share. And here on the 5-day 5-minute, you guys can see a clear breakout on GameStop in the very short term as we're above the moving averages now, and we have a golden cross on this time frame. And on the 10-day 30-minute chart, you guys are seeing the same thing. We're pretty much trading at almost a 2-week high now. We also are above the moving averages on this time frame, and we have a golden cross. And on the 20-day chart, we're breaking out above the moving averages as well. Not quite yet getting a golden cross on this time frame, but it's pretty obvious that volume's kicking up, and again, we're starting to push. And a lot of this probably has to do with the 50 basis point rate cut, right? We're starting to get this pop here. And again, this was in the midst of a red day for the stock market where the NASDAQ, the S&P, the Dow, you name it, all of them were in the red. And the Russell actually led the losses down 1.1% on Friday. So if we pull back the layers even more on the 4-hour chart, it's pretty obvious that GameStop has been flat for months, actually slowly trickling to the downside, right? Slightly downtrending, as you guys can see right here. If I get the channel tool out, we've pretty much been trading in this downwards channel for a couple of months now, right? We started off in the middle of June, obviously beginning of June, we had a huge move to the $60 level, which who knows when and if we'll get back to that point. But since that point, end of June, we started to downtrend a bit from 32 bucks. We hit about 18 bucks in the beginning of August. Then we saw a rally back to the mid-20s in the beginning of this month. And then again, a couple of days ago, we hit 19. Now we're trying to pop back to the mid-20s. But either way, we've been downtrending for quite some time as, let's be honest, man, the man, the myth, the legend, Roaring Kitty, has been pretty quiet, right? Haven't heard much about him. At least I haven't. Maybe those of you guys that are very heavy in the GameStop community, maybe you've seen something that I'm missing. I don't know. But yeah, the stock's been trickling down, but the fact that it's still above 20 bucks is remarkable, right? Very good sign. Considering just about 5 months ago, less than half a year ago, guys, it was under $10 per share. So we're still up a double, right? We're still up 2x right now off the lows on the 4-hour chart. So even though we're down massively from 80 bucks, we're still up over 100% off the lows, which is a very good sign. And full disclosure, guys, I don't own GameStop right now. I'm not planning on buying it quite yet. I'm looking for a breakout, maybe on the speculative side of my portfolio. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, that's kind of a quick chart breakdown on what I'm noticing right now. Now let's break down what's going on with Ryan Cohen, which you guys probably saw, which it's all good. We're going to break it down in this video anyway, and we'll talk about Jim Cramer a little bit here. But first, don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit. Use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. It's free money, guys, and your uninvested cash for a limited time, the clock's ticking, will earn up to 8.1% APY. So again, It's linked down below, pinned in the comment section, or just go to StockSurfS.com/Moomoo and let's break down what is going on now with these two big names. Obviously, Ryan Cohen, huge in the GameStop community, obviously, right? And Jim Cramer. So, wait a second. Is this even fitting my screen right here? Give me a second here, guys. My little OCD. I don't even have OCD, but I feel like when I make these videos, everything has to be as perfect as possible. There we go, guys. So, right off the bat, GameStop CEO, again, Ryan Cohen, big in the GameStop community. He's the freaking CEO, for Pete's sake. He has to pay a $1 million fine, which, I mean, that's pretty much nothing, let's be honest. Well, for us, the average retail investor, it's a good amount of money, a lot of money, right? But for somebody like Ryan Cohen, $1 million, not much. But GameStop CEO Cohen to pay $1 million fine over Wells Fargo stock buy. Coming down here a little bit, we can see Ryan Cohen to pay a nearly $1 million penalty to settle the U.S. Federal Trade Commission's claim that he failed to report acquisition of more than $100 million worth of Wells Fargo & Co. voting shares, and Cohen failed to notify the agency as required when he amassed shares above the $100 million threshold back in 2018. According to the agency, he had not purchased the shares solely as an investor, but had given bank management input into how to run its business and sought a board seat according to the FTC. So that's one big piece of news. Again, drop in the bucket. I don't think this will have, obviously, an impact on the stock, but just some news around GameStop there and their CEO. Now, Jim Cramer, let's break down what Jim Cramer said about the company, which a lot of you guys might get mad about this, but Cramer highlighted the core problem haunting GameStop. Everyone can now obviously download and buy games online. They don't need to go to brick and mortar stores for that, which is nothing new. We all know that, yada, 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 right? And Cramer said the company no longer holds conference calls, not even the sham calls, he said, they used to hold in 2022. And Cramer also added, this was recently, by the way, I believe on his show, he said, as I see it, GameStop's core business doesn't matter anymore. What matters is fundraising. It's very good at selling stock, if not video games, right? Which is funny. It's kind of funny, but true at the end of the day, what he said there. And GameStop troubles are indeed deep and wide. He said the gaming industry is forecasted to grow from $183 billion in 2023 to $187 billion in 2024, driven by stronger console and software sales. Despite this, GameStop's revenues are plunging. Not the best sign. The only bright spot in the company's latest quarterly results, was its earnings, as the company turned profitable and crushed estimates. How did that happen? Well, GameStop, their net interest income rose from $11.6 million last year to $39.5 million this year, and this was mostly due to the rising cash balance the business has and higher interest rates. However, with interest rate cuts, which will be interesting, and almost all business segments seeing revenue declines, investors cannot count on this one-time earnings growth, which, I mean, I tend to agree with that, man. They're going to have to figure out a way to get those revenues to come a lot higher, which it's going to be a task. Let's just say that. It's going to be a task for GameStop, and let's take a look at this. Revenue for the quarter came in at $798 million, a sharp 31% drop from the $1.16 billion posted in the previous year, and fell short of analysts' expectations by $105 million. And the decline hit all segments of the business. Hardware and accessories revenue tumbled 24%. Software sales fell 47%, which is just unbelievable. And guys, the reality is that this is a meme stock. The business fundamentally is struggling massively, no doubt about it. and it's going to take a lot to turn things around. Will Ryan Cohen be able to do it? Will the management team be able to do it? I don't know. I'm not in the stock right now. I was in it during the craze a couple months ago. I made some money on it, but that's not to say it can't pop again. Would I buy this as a long-term investment? I wouldn't, to be honest, but I would buy it. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but I would buy it if the charts look right as a short-term kind of a speculative trade, right? Like I was doing before. You guys saw all those videos I made during the craze. We talked about what I was doing, the options moves I was making, made some money there. It was all fun and nice, but it's been quiet for months now. And if I've learned anything about GameStop, guys, is it doesn't really care about fundamentals, right? Like we saw, what Jim Cramer said. They don't care about fundamentals, investors, traders, and GameStop, so it could pop off at any time. It could really pop off at any time, even though their revenues are declining. And sure, they turned a profit. Nice. That's not going to last now that the Fed's cutting rates. I don't know, man. I think, again, fundamentals are deteriorating like they have been, but we could still get the pot. So I'm going to set my alert at $25 per share, and we'll see what it does from that point. So, guys, what are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. Run the likes up. Make sure to subscribe and sign up to the mailing list if you want me to send you my top 3 stocks every single Monday for completely free of charge. Put your first name, your email address, use that link down below. No spam, no BS, just straight up stocks and charts right to your inbox, guys. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next video.